Hey guys, Brandon Woolham hanging out today with Ann Wilson. How are you, Ann?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. So today we're going to talk about God's story, a song that's very close to your heart, and a story that you've been telling pretty much since we got to know you. So tell us a little bit about this version of the story and why God's story now.
Yeah, I think I've done a lot of reflecting over the last couple of years. 8 years ago, my brother passed away in a car accident, which most people are familiar with my story by now. That's how I got into the music industry. God called me to music through the loss of my brother, and a lot of incredible things started to happen. A lot of doors started to open. And it's now been 4 years of releasing music and being in the Christian music industry and putting out stuff to the world. And I've done a lot of reflecting on just my life as a whole, but specifically those last 8 years of grief and loss and just getting to witness what God has done in my life has been incredible. And as I've reflected, I've realized that God was writing my story all along, that He was writing every single page to my story, and that He had a plan all along that he was writing. And so I felt like it was the moment that the song needed to come out. And but I think it's not just like a personal song, it's an invitation to other people to look at their own life and to see God writing their own story and how he has been all along.
Yeah, this one here, you again teamed up with Matthew West and Jeff Pardo, a couple names we see pretty much on every Ann Wilson song, it seems like. So, how was it working with those two again on such a song that's so personal to you? Does that help you feel more comfortable when writing a song like this?
Yeah, it does. They're like my brothers, and we're very close. We're like actual friends that hang out outside of work, and they mean a lot to me. They're like my big brothers. So getting to work with songs with them, I mean, honestly, it truly, that's why I think some of the songs are written that get written is because of our chemistry and our closeness and our friendship that we have. And I just feel like I can go into these rooms with them and be myself. Like I feel like I can just talk to them about what I'm going through, and God's story was one of them. We've written a lot of other songs that are going to be coming out on this next album as well that I feel like could have only been written with the three of us together.
Yeah, that's just the first song of that future album coming. You kind of previewed there. What can you tell us about the new album? Can you at least tell us how many songs and when we will hear the next single?
Yeah, so next song will be out in the next month or so, in addition to God's Story coming out. This next album, I can't say when it will be released, but it'll be released soon. And the album is it's honestly, it's like kind of with the God Story thing, like a reflection on some things. But I would say the best way to describe it is almost like a coming of age album. Like this year has been a really huge year for me because I turned 23, which was the age that my brother was when he passed away. And it's been a really hard year for me in my, like, I guess, journey of grief because it's just brought a lot up to the surface of missing my brother and I guess realizing that I'm gonna live longer than he did, which is a very strange thought. So a lot of these songs off of the album that I've written so far have come from that place and feels like almost like a grown up record for me, like an older version of myself, still the core of who I am with my love of Christian and country, but some different sides to me, I think that nobody has seen yet. So I can't wait to share it.
Yeah, you kind of answered the question I was getting ready to ask there. I was going to kind of mention that a lot of these songwriters that I talk to, they talk about songs they wrote in their teenage years, and they're like, nobody needs to hear that. I don't want people to hear that. But with you, we've got to hear all those songs in real time. We've got to see you grow as a person and a songwriter, and I assume we're going to see that growth on this new album out later this year sometime.
Yep, absolutely.
So we're going to get to see you on lots of different styles of shows this year. Christian festivals throughout the summer, also some country ones, and then you get that some of those Morgan Wallen dates later on this year. One of the artists that you've said is one of your favorite artists. So you're not only are you going to be opening for these country crowds, you're also going to get to see an artist that you really enjoy seeing. So how much are you looking forward to being out there on that Morgan Wallen tour, getting to share your message, and then getting to come off and relax and get to listen to music that you would listen to when you're chilling out at the house?
I don't even have words. Like I'm really nervous. I'm terrified. And I'm really excited. Honestly, it's a huge dream for me. Anyone that knows me, like in my family and friends know that like he is one of the only things I listen to all the time. Like I'm listening to him every day, every single moment of every day that I have free time. It's like Morgan Wallen and worship music are the the two things that I'm listening to. And I think that it's a dream come true for me, and I'm nervous because it's a stadium. It's my first stadium I've ever played, but I'm excited to get to share the gospel. I think that's what I'm most looking forward to. And then obviously, like after I've done my part and performed, I can like jam out to his music side stage and sing every word to every single song. So I'm really excited about it, and it's going to be a special summer.
Is there any extra pressure for preparing for a tour like that where you know it's mostly going to be secular crowds? You want to be able to spread the gospel, but also not offend some guy standing there with a beer in his hand?
Yeah, I think for me, I'm just authentically me no matter what stage I'm on, and I really try to just stay true to who I am. But there is a pressure of something like that. It's a very different uh stage than I've ever been on before. So I'm trying to like figure out our set list right now and what songs we want to play, and then maybe throwing in a country cover in there somewhere to connect with those people in the crowd. But overall, I think it'll be just like a very typical Ann Wilson show, like just authentically who I am, and not backing down on anything or shying away from some of the more spiritual songs in front of a crowd like that.
Yeah. Has your sister already been at work planning all the outfits for this tour? If folks don't know, yeah, your sister is your stylist.
Yes, she is. She's been working. We're getting everything ready.
All right, we'll see those looks out there all summer long. Morgan Wallen dates will be in August. God's Story is likely out there now as you watch this, and more new music going to be on the way throughout the year leading up to the next Ann Wilson album.